Hi everyone, so my name is Ryan Bihnam. I am the CEO and founder of Bihnam Blueprints. This is basically a pitch for a service that is a design and has the option for a manufacturing and prototyping add-on. All right, and so it all starts with a question. Why isn't there an easier way to bring ideas to life? As you can see, here is an example of an entrepreneur who's cluttered in their work. They can't afford expensive CAD software, but they still need accurate designs for their prototypes. This is common among engineering students who need design tools, startup founders who don't know how to prototype, and they need something to pitch to investors, and even small contractors who waste time and materials without having proper design. And so, how we aim to help you is to offer a user interface where the user will define their needs, such as sketches, images, any supporting documents or tolerances that they might have for the design. And then, they import their details, stuff like materials, color choices, and even the quantity of their prototypes that they might need. And then, they can input a timeline that they might need it by. Let's say they only need it, they're working on other parts of their business venture and they don't need a prototype for the next 2 weeks. That's going to help us with managing multiple projects at once. And so here's a competitive breakdown off of, just to show you the difference between other types of services that are similar to ours. And basically the highlights with our brand is that we offer fast turnaround times, hands-on and um, you know, tailored CAD experience for our clients. It's affordable and transparent. Um, we offer 3D printing services and hope to expand to CNC manufacturing and other manufacturing types. And it's very startup friendly. We aim to offer startup venture people like, some sort of advice on how they can I guess, better go about what they want to do, instead of just providing, a direct service of manufacturing and design for them. We also offer advice. And so this is just a breakdown of how our process works. It starts with the user, where they define, what they need in that platform that I showed a couple slides ago. And then once we do that, one of our agents will reach out with additional questions. And from then, we'll need some time to give you a proper quote and to look into how we're actually going to go about designing this. So this will start at 50 an hour for quote and design work. And actually, in the next slide, I'll go over the pricing. And then throughout the project, we'll give consistent updates. Once we have finished product or draft, we'll, have design reviews and stuff with the customer. This is very customer feedback driven. And then if you like our, work, then feel free to work with us in the future and, always tell a friend, whatever. And so how we're gonna, how we plan to make money is have different tiers of our design service. So the tier one is like a concept starter. It's a low cost option. It's usually 75 to $100 per concept. And it's just an entry point, very basic CAD models. Um, and it's just very basic. Tier two is the prototype builder option, and this has a $300 quote, like base price, and then $50 an hour for design and testing, and then plus material and printing costs or any, so if it's going to be built out of wood, there's going to be material costs involved in that. Um, and this is basically for, this will give you a functional prototype instead of just a design. It'll include design consultations, up to 3 CAD iterations, and a couple of 3D printed prototypes. You'll receive our recommendation of material and basic manufacturing guidance. And then tier three is called production pathway. This is, our high-end tier, which helps move startups and contractors from prototype into production. This has the goal of eventually being very scalable and, will help the user with achieving a manufacturing option if we don't have that power yet. And it includes support for small batch manufacturing and investor-ready presentations. Pricing begins at $500 base and then $75 an hour plus manufacturing costs. And so, again, this is who we plan to target is startup people and innovators. Just like us, we're trying to disrupt the market. So if you have a great idea, we'd love to help you. Any small business owners, if you need to expand and scale, we're going to help you manufacture and get proper designs. Established companies looking for designers and engineers, we've got that on hand. And any creative entrepreneurs who aren't sure how to bring their ideas to life, we're going to help you out with our strategies. And so here's our team. Obviously, I'm Ryan. I'm a founder and CEO. I currently have engineering training status. I have SolidWorks and AutoCAD specialty. Miles, he's co-founder. He's a designer in SolidWorks and Blender. Nicholas he focuses mainly on our client outreach and business development. He's been successful in a couple of his own ventures and is a business student. And Caleb, he is a film student who is very experienced in videography, and him and Nick work closely together for the advertising. And so what we're asking is we are looking for more people to expand our team, hopefully with CAD experience. And within, the next 3 weeks, we're looking for people. We're also looking for a place and, a shop to rent out that we can all work in and have all of our machinery and computers and tooling, 3D printers, all that stuff, have it all in one place. And then we will need $5,000 in investment funds for a CNC machine and for software licenses mainly. It is expensive, and it is, very much a tool that we will need in doing this. And here's our contact. And yeah, that's all.